Hello guys and welcome to another video on DJ Vlogs. Now recently Now Music announced another brand new album that is due to be released very soon. In today's video I'm going to be talking about the album as well as showing you the artwork and the official track list for this upcoming album. So first of all I'll talk a little bit about the album, then I'll be showing you the artwork and then I'll show you the track list. So the album that Now Music have just announced is called Now Yearbook 1980 to 1984 Extra and is due to be released on the 16th of December. You can pre-order, there'll be a link in the description down below if you'd like to go and pre-order. You can of course pre-order from Amazon, HMV's website and of course Now Music's online store, and when this album's out you might be able to get it in HMV stores. Now this is a very special album that they've just announced and there's a reason why I said you might be able to get it in HMV stores. This of course is a vinyl only release. We've had a couple of these recently where they've only been released on vinyl and no CD release. This of course is another album in the Yearbook series but it's only due to be released on vinyl, and of course this follows on from the announcement we had a few weeks ago of Now Yearbook 1980 to 1984, the final chapter. This here is the extra edition. This album has 75 songs over the 5 LPs we have in this box set. All the songs that are on this vinyl box set were songs that have been on yearbooks before but have never been on yearbook vinyls before, so they would have been songs that have either been on the main yearbook albums but never actually made it onto the vinyls because of course they had to cut down the track list for the vinyls, or of course they featured on a Now Yearbook Extra album which of course were only ever released on CD. So it was a combination of songs from the Yearbook Extras and also the main Yearbook series that never made it onto the vinyls. And of course as we have 5 LPs we have it split between each year, so each vinyl represents each year between 1980 to of course 1984. So I'll of course be showing you the artwork and the track list. I'll of course show you the artwork first and then in just a few minutes I'll be showing you that track list. So this here is the artwork. I absolutely love that artwork. We do of course have that title in the middle there which looks really nice. We of course have Now and of course each of the is in a different colour. We of course have Yearbook there in white and of course where it says 80 to 84 that's in gold, and also of course that logo behind where it says Yearbook was also in gold as well. That original Now logo we had on the original Now albums is of course back for this release as well, which is really nice to see. A very nice gold colour for that main title there. I absolutely love that. We do of course at the top have Collector's Edition, and of course this is another album in the Collector's Edition / Extra series, so of course that is at the top, and of course at the side again we have Extra, of course as again is another Extra album. And for the background we have a plain white background which isn't too bad. It's a little bit boring, it shows it more, it shows out the logo, makes the logo stand out more, which I still do quite like, so maybe it's not a bad choice for that. And of course that multicolored strip is back at the bottom for this release. So of course when they announced this album they of course gave us both the artwork and the track list, and I will of course be showing you the track list in just a few seconds. Of course the track list features 75 songs over 5 LPs. These of course have all been songs that have never featured on a Now Yearbook vinyl before. So here is the official track list for Now Yearbook 1980 to 1984 Extra. So that there was the official track list for Now Yearbook 1980 to 1984 Extra. I absolutely love that track list. There's so many incredible songs included on that track list, including Call Me by Blondie, Coming Out by Diana Ross, Ant Music by Adam the Ants, Torch by Soft Cell, Wham Rap by Wham, Gold by Spandau Ballet, Radio Gaga by Queen, Do They Know It's Christmas by Band Aid, as well as many more, of course, feature on the track list. But I think they've done an incredible job on the track list. There's so many incredible songs in there, and I absolutely love it. Now, of course, with this being a special release, of course, only on vinyl, and of course, it being limited edition as well, I'm not entirely too sure how many copies of this album there are. I expect there's probably going to be about 1,000, as that's normally what they go for. It may be a bit more than that though, so I reckon it's around about 1,000, maybe a few more. We're not entirely too sure. But of course, as this is a very special album, of course, being limited edition, and of course only on vinyl, the price on this album is quite a lot more than most Now albums. So the price on this album varies depending on where you get it from. So the cheapest I've currently seen is £94, and that is directly through Now Music's online store, and of course that varies right the way up to £108, of course, on HMV's website. You've of course got to bear in mind that this is coloured vinyl. Each vinyl has a different colour for it, of course, to represent the cover artwork, and of course this is a very special release, so that's why the price is a lot higher on this album than most Now albums. But I don't think that's entirely too bad pricing, especially considering the amount of albums we get. It's coloured vinyl, and of course these are all songs we've never had on a Now Yearbook vinyl before, so I think they've done a great job with this album. And I know a lot of people aren't happy about the price, but I think that they've set it reasonably well considering the amount of vinyls we get, and it's coloured vinyl. And as I said, these of course have all been songs that have never featured on a Now Yearbook vinyl before. So of course, if you would like to pre-order yourself a copy of this album, you can do. There'll be a link in the description down below. You can of course pre-order from Amazon, HMV's website, and of course Now Music's online store. And when this album's out, you might be able to get them in HMV stores. That of course depends on the stock levels as to whether your local HMV store will be selling this album. So that is it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please make sure you give it a massive thumbs up. It'd be much appreciated if you do. Also make sure you subscribe and enable notifications to be notified every time I release a new video, and make sure you follow my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Snapchat. That'll be just aside right there, and links on those social medias in the description down below. Make sure I follow up on all them. And guys, I'll see you soon for another YouTube video.